Greetings. I'm about to embark on a plan that I've had for some time. Just didn't know exactly which direction I wanted to take it in. I was looking for a curriculum to follow for re educating folks in the Black community here where I am, as far as it can reach. I know that others have created schools and different learning styles and to utilize. But I just find this one to be the best that I could find. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin to do installments and read it to you, kind of like an audio. It's a Black History Reader 101 Questions You Never Thought to Ask by Dr. Claude Anderson. Now, I'm not trying to take away any of his thunder, and you can order it yourself at Powernomics.com. But the idea of how to start a class or study group was to just go through these 101 questions. And for those who have studied within Islamic culture in the United States, within the Black community, many groups have had 101 questions to ask and answer that was a part of the student enrollment. And so I've always found that that model could work in teaching and what they have come to call choral reading, but that's a different subject. I'm just going to go ahead and read. I'm going to do a chapter a day. So I'll be doing 101 installments of this, and I'm going to put it on YouTube as well as Facebook and wherever else I can get it out to. And I'm not going to do the forward, and I'm not going to do this introduction every day that I read either. I'm going to go right to the next question. I'll just state the question. And this is part one of A Black History Reader by Dr. Claude Anderson. I may give that much information each day, but I won't go through this introduction that I'm going through today. Part one, Foundation Concepts. Question one, what is a social construct and how was it used in the making of America? A social construct is a purposely created idea developed by one group with authority that defines another group with lesser or no authority. A social construct frames the perception of and the relationship between the groups. It becomes part of the culture, infused into the social norms and practices of every part of society, including legal, educational, financial, political, and interpersonal relationships. The most important social construct in America is race. The founding fathers purposely constructed the societal position of blacks and whites. Blacks were to be property that served whites, and whites were to be the only beneficiaries of the new country that they created. Christopher Columbus discovered the new land that was to be America in the same time frame that the Pope declared that blacks from Africa should be made slaves. It was the promise of free land and free labor that fueled the rush of Europeans to settle the new land. To implement their plan for the free labor, Europeans designed the relationship between blacks and whites. The social construct on race was formally stated in the Articles of the Confederation and restated in the Constitution of the United States as well as immigration laws. I will discuss these documents in detail later in this book. The social construct on race is the thread that weaves through Black enslavement, U.S. Supreme Court rulings, laws, institutions, conservative and liberal ideologies, extra-legal, that is, Ku Klux Klan activities, and all aspects of the nation's culture. It is fundamental of the founding of our country that blacks would always be pressed to the bottom and that whites would always retain superiority over blacks. That relationship endures to this day. The social construct on race was deliberate and permanent. It is so fundamental to the issue of race that the topic cannot be considered in any serious way without understanding it. It is therefore the first question of this book. And so that's the first question. You can play it back, share it with your friends, get some kind of discussion going on with it, and we just move on. And tomorrow, I'll do question two. In the meantime, you all have a good evening.